Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, now Monday, number 9 day for the month of May 2022. My name is Capo Daniel, the Deputy Defense Chief and Anti-Kidnapping Czar of the Ambazonian Governing Council, aka Sense Pass King, one our own countryman. Behind the background music, na a group of Ukrainian forces where them be trapped inside the Azov steel plant. They face an imminent death as they fight for their country against a mighty Russian army. They sing for their country, talk say, it better for fight and die than for live in freedom while being a slave. Azov steel, just like the name, it then become a symbol of the steel of the will of people fighting for their freedom. For a country to be free, they need people like this. These soldiers, just like the one where they die for the Snake Island for Ukraine, were faced by a mighty Russian army, outnumbered 100 to 1, outnumbered with bullets, outnumbered with machine guns, the biggest warship that Russia have. They told the Russians they will fight and die rather than to surrender. Freedom is not free. The Americans, outnumbered by the British, outgunned by the British, took a stand to fight for their freedom. And by so doing, they have given a chance for their people to live in luxury and become one of the biggest and mightiest power that the world have ever known. The French people did the same. They fought for the freedom of their country. The British did the same. The Japanese did the same. The Chinese did the same. Fellow Ambazonians, yesterday, the Ambazonian Defense Forces, the Bamenda Brigade, the specialized unit of Alabukam, with one of the most experienced, most trained, most dedicated soldiers. We lost 3 of our best in a battle in the great city, the capital of Ambazonian resistance, in Bamenda. 3 great heroes, Commander Forrest, Commander RP, Commander Lucky, have fallen into glory. They died in a battle coming back from a mission in Bafut that was successful. They have been holding on their own flank in the access in Bamenda as we have taken control of certain neighborhood in Bamenda in order to give our people hope and to show our presence and to exert our power and authority in our city on behalf of our people for the common good, for the freedom of our territory, and to send a message to the enemy. There will be no rest for them until the last Cameroon occupation representatives are booted out of our territory. The soldiers were coming back from this mission. Because they were forced to carry out this mission, their flanks were exposed. They had to return in a haste because the civilian called them that the Cameroon military were setting up a roadblock in a very important strategic access. They tried to retake that access, and unfortunately, 3 of them fell. One of them was partially rescued by the civilians and was rushed to the hospital, where he died of his bullet wounds. Their body were recovered eventually by our forces. They were given honorable burials in bright Ambazonians and ADF colors. Commander Forrest was the toppest in rank. a commander that have led many battles. One of the operations against Lele Afrique at up stations was led by him, and he executed the program with great risk, and that sends strong message to the enemy. Forest, RP, and Lucky, we pay tributes to you. We pledge our allegiance to you. Fallen heroes, you have given up your life for the freedom of the thousands and unborn children of Ambazonia. You return back to full duty after recovering from your wounds. You came back despite all reasons we gave you, all facilities we gave you to be able to retreat and take time off the battlefield, but you decided to return because you want to serve your people. You want Ambazonian to be free. Today we renew our pledge to our fallen heroes to continue the baton until freedom is attained for the people of the British Southern Cameroons, the people of Ambazonia. We will all fall one day, whether by the hand of God, by diseases, by the hands of the enemy. Glory for those who die, who have laid down their life for their kinsmen, for their countrymen. Those are some of the wise words that came from Rabbi, Messiah, Savior, Jesus Christ. Blessed is he who laid down his life for his brother. Ambazonian forces are the heroes of modern day times. They are the saints. They go out every single day knowing the risk they take, knowing very well they may not come back home, but they are willing to face the bullet for a free country. Some of these boys have handled millions of dollars. They could easily abandon the battlefield and fled to Biafra in Nigeria, where we enjoy a vast network of safe houses. They could travel to Dubai, but they choose to give Ambazonia a chance for freedom, to let the enemy know that we will not surrender, we will not retreat. We even have more of such heroes than we can provide them with weapons. Men of steel, men who have become hope for millions and millions yet unborn. Rest in power, heroes. God bless you all. For the meantime, fellow citizens in particularly of the great city of Bamenda, we the ones still insist for inform our people. Last time we did talk for restrict activity, sporting activity for Patkovita. We get a lot of resistance from our citizens, especially business people them, where they be facing at the only place for town where people them feel relaxed, even during this period of war. Unadan see so will be right. The Cameroon terrorist occupation forces them. They then begin try to build a makeshift outpost for inside Patkovita. So for the moment, Patkovita is completely banned for exercises until we will be able to remove that Cameroon outpost in Patkovita. Citizens are advised not to venture into Patkovita. Two of our top commanders in Bamenda, that leads two of the brigades of the barracks that we have in Bamenda, have been receiving complaints about the banning of football activities. We want to let our people to understand that these decisions are not decisions that are taken by our military men. These are not decisions that have been advised for the most part by military men, even though they have a big role to play in putting input on security consideration. Most of these decisions are taken by our intelligence wing and our network of our transitional authority in Bamenda. They have advised. We have done our research and done our homework. It is a decision taken by the War Council. Since it directly affects the livelihood of our life of our people, the governing council had approved it It is the whole Ambazonia Governing Council that have taken a decision to ban football in specific areas, especially in areas where it has created a loophole for the enemy to exploit. Please respect the order. It is for the common good for all of Ambazonia and for security reasons as well. On Mondays, it being a day for no activity, we call on all Ambazonians and for our citizen for Bamenda, where they then become the symbol of Ambazonian resistance, the beacon, the city on a hilltop. Make Goldstown a continue for be respected in every sense of it, for pay respect for those who have sacrificed their life, those citizens that have fallen prey to Cameroon terrorism and subjugation war. We must all stay at home on Monday, Goldstown Day, to demonstrate our people's will and demand for separation and for their aspiration for an independent homeland on Mondays. On Mondays, no football should be allowed. The only activities we have approved for Monday is prayer being held within the quarter. Nobody have to move to another quarter on Monday. It is dangerous. It is not safe for you. It is the right thing to do for the common good of our people. The common good surpasses every individual right. We must put the nation first. We must act patriotically to uphold the standards that the leadership have set for our people. These decisions are not meant for political gains. They are meant for the common good for Ambazonia. As for the lawyers who have filed in their candidature to work on the blood of our heroes and our people and betray them and abandoning them on halfway in the boat, they should understand that there will be consequences for them more than that of the senators and the parliamentarians. There will be no resting place for them anymore in our cities. In our towns, they will have no rights to come back and bury their dead or to participate in traditional activities in their village. They will be done. They will be banned from Ambazonia with strict penalty. I know some of them have engaged. We have had enough time to talk and debate with them. They have not made their point. Their point have failed. And it is for the good for Ambazonia for no lawyer to participate even in the voting process. If you cast a vote in that election in La Republic, what you are doing, like the president of the governing council have said, this is not just an election within a bar association, like an election in Nigeria bar association. In this case, the civil law bar association, which is what it is from Cameroon, they want that there should be people that will be represented in their executive, representing constituency in Ambazonia. That means in the great state of Mezam, there will be somebody there that is representing Mezam in that bar association. That type of representation is not different from senators and parliamentarians who are there representing their constituency in the parliament. This is not that we are comparing the duties of the lawyers and the parliamentarians and senators or the extent to which they enable the activities of colonialism, but that representation alone, as the president of the governing council have said, is enabling and justifying Cameroon's claim for legitimacy of our territory. It is going to perpetrate and legitimize the perpetration of civil law, something that our common law lawyers have been fighting for. In principle, it should never be tolerated because this is enabling colonialism. It's enabling and justifying colonialism in the middle of a genocidal war. No lawyer should participate in the elections. None of them should have their candidature there. From Fako, Meme, Lebialem, Ngokitunja, Mezam, Boyo, all the states of Ambazonia. No matter where you are, even in Victoria, let Ntoko and the rest, they know that their day will come. Let them remember the delegates that were picked up in Dian. Let them know that 99 days will soon run out. Nobody of Ambazonian extract that will betray our people will walk free in our land. None of them. Mark my word. No matter where you are, even you live within the bees camp, trust me, we will get you. It's a matter of time. We will not allow you to trample on the blood of our people and walk free with it. The days are past. Those days are gone. In 2018, we had a blind eye. We had a blind sight on this particular issue because the dominance of the liberation was in question, whether it was the IG that was the dominant force or the ACOFC. So there were many things that we were not vigorously upholding. But the Ambazonian Governing Council is right now the biggest movement for our liberation. It is the most supported liberation organization. It has the greatest effort in terms of diplomacy and military on the ground. As the leading movement, the leading organization, we have increasing responsibility to uphold the integrity of the liberation and to take responsibility where responsibility needs to be taken. The decision have been made. All elections for La République du Cameroun Bar Association should be boycotted by our lawyers. Those candidates who have filed in their candidature must withdraw it. Failure to comply will not just be breach of this order, will not just be a provocation, but it will be a matter of betrayal of your state and your honor. Where is your honor? Where is your honor? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll finish today by paying tribute to our hero who have fallen in the battlefield. We'll continue to pick up ourselves, rise up to the occasion, and fight the enemy. Like I said, we have more trained soldiers than we have AKs. For our nation to be free, we must have men like this. It is the men like this who have given us hope. These are the saints. These are the heroes of modern days. We will ever be grateful. For those who have fallen, Ambazonia will owe their family a debt that will not be paid with words, with gratitude, but will be paid physically and with opportunity to make sure that the sacrifices they made did not go in vain, did not go unnoticed. They are on the record, and we will continue to honor them and pay our allegiance to our hero for a free and independent homeland, for our people to be able to live free, away from Cameroon occupation and terrorism.
Великої години з пожеж війни і полум'я вогнів з'єднав нас біль.
It's not easy, but now God get power. Shake, you know day. All money place it day. Capo Daniel, signing off.
Бо плач не дасть свободи ще нікому, а хто борець, той здобуває світ. Не хочемо ні слави, ні заплати, заплата нам, то розкіш боротьби, солодше нам у бою вмирати, ніж жити в путах, як німі раби.